Imperial arms are mysterious, extremely powerful relics that exist in the world of Akame ga Kill. They are rare, and only the strongest of warriors are able to wield them. The Imperial arms were created on the instruction of the first emperor. He feared that the empire he had founded would eventually fall. To prevent this, he gathered many materials and hired many scientists throughout the world to make strong weapons and defenses. The creation of the Imperial arms are the result of their effort. There were 48 Imperial arms in all, but almost half of them were lost during a civil war about 5 centuries before the start of the story. Several Imperial arms have been destroyed, but it is not known how many of the original 48 remain. So let us begin with the demon armor, Incursio. Incursio was created from the flesh of the Danger Beast Tyrant. The Danger Beast's power was so great that its flesh is still alive within, thus giving the Imperial arm the title of Demon Dragon Armor. Due to its origin as the Danger Beast Tyrant, Incursio possesses an aptitude for adaptation and evolution. Aside from its standard capabilities, it continues to evolve as the result of battles against several opponents. It's constantly gaining new forms and abilities as time goes on. Due to it being a full-body armor, Incursio has a near indestructible defense, with the only thing able to pierce it being another Imperial arm. The armor's trump card is the ability to turn the user invisible for a certain amount of time. As noted, a weakness of the invisibility is that while it masks the user visually from the naked eye, it does not hide their presence, allowing skilled opponents to sense the user despite the invisibility. The Infinite uses Crosstail. Its threads were created from the body hair of a danger beast that lived in the eastern region's mountains high above the clouds. Crosstail is very versatile, most effectively used by someone with creativity. Lubbock often used the wires to create a perimeter used to detect the enemies who cross through them. They can also be used to trap and attack the enemies, be formed into a melee weapon such as a spear, or be wrapped around the user's body as armor. If a foe is stabbed by the wire spear, it can be unwrapped inside of their body, used to target their internal organs, ensuring for quick kills. The threads can also be easily tied to other objects, such as knives, to control their course while in flight when thrown. Crosstail's trump card is Realm Cutting Thread. It is superior to his regular thread because it originated from the stronger parts of the original Danger Beast's body. The Roman artillery, Pumpkin. It gathers spirit energy and fires it in a concentrated shockwave. One of its main properties is that its power and range increased in proportion to the level of danger its user was in. Its trump card is a blasting beam, so overwhelming that it could act like a giant blade, cutting anything in its path. The power that is unleashed is according to how passionate the emotions of the user are, but this action causes Pumpkin to become overheated, rendering it unusable for a period of time. The one Cut Killer Murasame. Murasame is a poisonous blade that can kill a person with only one cut. Once the sword pierces skin, it injects a lethal poison into the victim, killing them within seconds. However, this ability only works with living organic beings that have a heart, meaning it is ineffective against armor and biological type Imperial arms. In the anime, her trump card is a speed and strength enhancer that is obtained by cutting oneself with the sword and resisting the poison. Doing this shows that you accept responsibility for all the lives that have been taken with the weapon. The white of the user's eyes turn black, and black markings appear around their pupils. Red markings also appear along the user's body and remain as scars once the effect diminishes. The Animal King, Lionelle. When activated, Lionelle enhances the user's 5 senses greatly and gives them animal-like characteristics, such as lion ears, paws, and a tail, along with greatly increasing the user's regeneration. The belt also gives the ability to locate specific enemies over a great distance. Its trump card grants the user high-speed regeneration. Its extents are unknown, but by combining Lionelle with Crosstail's abilities, the user can actually reattach their missing body parts, such as the arm or the leg. The Speed of Lightning, Susanoo. Susanoo is a biological Imperial arm, and one of the first shown in the form of a human being. Because of his nature as an Imperial arm, he is able to regenerate injuries as long as his core is not destroyed. He is immune to poisons and toxins that would kill ordinary warriors, and he wields a stave-like weapon called Wolf-Fang Mace. His trump card is Magatama Manifestation, literally translated as Evil Soul Manifestation. Susanoo absorbs his user's life energy into the Magatama on his chest to access a more powerful armored form. While under the effect of his trump card, his hair whitens, his horns turn black, and a disc appears onto his back. But the trump card must be used sparingly, as after 3 uses, the user commanding him will die. The Cutter of Creation, Ekstase. Ekstase is extremely sharp. It is said to be able to cut through any material, including the armor of Incursio, which is supposed to be unbreakable. However, it seems that if any material offers resistance against being cut, cutting it becomes harder. The weapon itself is also very sturdy, allowing the wielder to use it for defense. The trump card of Ekstase emits a bright flash of light for a period of time that blinds opponents without obscuring the user's vision. This ability is obviously very useful for distraction. The Dimensional Formation, Shambhala. It is capable of spatial manipulation. Its user is granted the ability to teleport people and objects over large distances. It uses markers placed at the target of the teleportation. Shambhala appears to be unable to teleport objects in rapid succession. A period of time must pass before it can be used again. The Double-Bladed Axe, Belvac. Not much is known about it. It contains a tremendous amount of offensive power. It can also be separated into 2 axes that can be thrown and will pursue the target until it hits. The Glorious Hands of God, Perfector. Perfector was primarily used by Dr. Stylish to increase his development in his research and experimentation. It increases the speed and precision of the user's fingers dramatically, allowing Dr. Stylish to perform surgeries quickly and flawlessly. Because of this speed increase, it allowed him to heal any injury short of death. The Imperial Guardian, Primus Imperator. The suit itself is extremely massive and tall enough to overlook the entire Empire itself. It is heavily armored, protecting its user from nearly any attack directed towards them, as well as being able to deliver devastating blows. Due to its size, mobility is very limited, but it is however armored with various equipment, that of which enables its user to gather energy and expel large amounts of shockwaves throughout various parts of its body, to prevent it from being used by the Empire's enemies. It was designed so that it can only be wielded by those of the royal bloodline. The Magical Beast Transformation, Hecaton Ares. Hecaton Ares was renamed as Koro for short. It too is a biological Imperial arm, resembling a small white dog that stands on its back legs. When ordered, it has the ability to grow to a much larger size, increasing its strength and durability. It ferociously attacks enemies by devouring them. Koro can also grow large muscles and ferociously unleash a volley of punches. Like other biological types, it was able to regenerate if damaged, unless its core was destroyed. Its trump card is Berserker. It would evolve into a more bestial form, enhancing its physical capabilities. In this form, its roar was so powerful enough that it could stun opponents alone. The March of the Dead, Yatsufusa. Yatsufusa is a blade type that is able to control a maximum of 8 corpses, that of which it has killed. The user can also manipulate the skills and abilities that the reanimated corpses had in their life. The puppets were known to retain their habits, desires, and traces of personality that they had when they were alive, sometimes enabling the user to utilize these to their advantage. However, it could just as easily backfire. Additionally, the puppet's condition remained the same as it was upon death, meaning that the puppets could not learn new things nor improve their physical capabilities beyond those achieved before becoming a puppet. The military music dream, Scream. Scream is an Imperial arm that can freely manipulate the emotions of those who hear it using hypnosis. It can be used in many ways. It can raise the morale on the battlefield, it can be used as a blunt weapon by splitting into 2 different parts, or it can decrease the willpower to make all people who hear it lose energy. However, this can be countered by pain. Its trump card is Advent of Fierce God. It is a form of self-induced hypnosis. It serves to increase the user's muscle mass and strength by releasing a melody from the Imperial arm. The Omnipotent 5 Sights, Spectator. This Imperial arm has been confirmed to have 5 different abilities related to sight. Insight. It can be used to read the opponent's mind and to predict their next move, greatly increasing the user's battle ability. Despite this, the user must be in peak physical condition to make use of this advantage. Farsight. Zanku has stated that he was able to see things clearly no matter the conditions. This ability was used to search for things and seems to allow the user to have long-ranged vision. Clear sight. It also has the ability to look through solid objects. It is often used to look through clothing and see if there are any hidden weapons. Precognition. By seeing the smallest muscle movements, the user can see what the person will do next. And finally, illusion sight. It casts an illusion and the most precious person to that target is shown before their eyes. The Phantasmagoria, Gaia Foundation. Gaia Foundation enabled its user to turn any living creature they wished into the appearance of whatever they wanted. The Power Surging Balzac. When worn, Balzac can tap into the wearer's body and mind and unlock its potential by 100%. It gives the wearer super speed, super strength, lightning quick agility, and unparalleled intelligence. After all the wearer's potential is unlocked, it cannot exceed that person's limits. Its weakness is that the wearer can still be defeated by someone stronger than them. The Purgatory Invitation, Rubicante. Rubicante is an offensive Imperial arm that created a flamethrower when activated. The flames were so intense that they could not be extinguished. It burnt until the target was killed. The cylinder on it could cause a huge explosion and can be used as a final resort, as it could be set to explode by pressing a button. However, doing this would cause the Imperial arm to be destroyed. Its trump card is called Magma Drive. It fires individual blasts of fire at the target, giving the Imperial arm longer range capabilities than usual. The 1,000-mile flight, Mastema. Mastema allows the user to gain wings, which gives them the ability to fly for a limited amount of time. It enables the user to shoot feathers or launch one of the wings toward the enemies, both easily capable of piercing through flesh. However, Mastema is only effective attacking at long distance. Its trump card is God's Wings. It gives the wings the ability to reflect an opponent's attack. When used, the disc splits into segments and the wings turn into what appear to be an ethereal substance, which allows them to be shaped into a protective shield. This trump card can also counteract Mastema's weakness in close range. The Thunder God's Rage, Adramelech. Adramelech is an Imperial arm that gives the ability to use lightning as a weapon in both offensive and defense. Its forms are large golden gauntlet with pistol-like attachments that generate electricity. They are able to create a large electrical orb that can be shot as a projectile, as well as beams of electricity. Adramelech could also be used in manipulating the weather. With the use of the Imperial arm, it could generate a thunderstorm that calls forth lightning to strike down anyone he pleases. It has also been shown the ability to float in midair by charging himself with electricity. Its trump card is Solid Shooter. By charging huge amounts of electrical energy, the user fires a powerful electrical attack. The Water Dragon Possession, Black Marlin. The user can control any liquid around, including water and blood, by simple hand gestures. It only functions in the presence of water or any other form of liquid around. Its trump card is Bloodblade Decapitation. It allows the user to manipulate their own blood. After the user has bled through injury, they harden and shape their own blood in the form of blades to cut the opponent. The blades are strong enough to clash with that of an Imperial arm. The Absolute Limitation, Era Stone. Era Stone is shaped like a golden ring. When activated, a purple eye opens in the center. Once it has chosen their target, the ring shines a bright light towards another Imperial arm, disabling and destroying the weapon. However, this Imperial arm had a single usage, as the ring's eyeball would shatter once its effect had been utilized. It is unknown if this ability can be reused, or if the damage to it was permanent. The Carnage Incarnate, Grand Chariot. The Grand Chariot armor grants its user increased physical strength and speed, similar to Incursio, but we don't know if it exceeds that of the Incursio armor. The Demon God Manifestation, Demon's Extract. It is speculated by Najinda to be the strongest of all Imperial arms. Its physical form is a chalice of blood, and once it is consumed, a tattoo appears on the user's body. The amount of blood that the user drinks determines the level of power. Also, this Imperial arm cannot be removed once taken. It also has a dangerous side effect. It causes the user to hear dark voices that drive them mad if they do not possess a strong will. This Imperial arm allows the user to summon and manipulate ice, even without a nearby water source. This, like a few other Imperial arms, does not have a trump card. However, Esdeath was capable of creating one herself, named Mahatmanda. The trump card of Demon's Extract freezes time and space. When used, everything around them are frozen and only the user can move for a short period of time. This ability is very taxing on the user and can only be used once a day.